Hello everyone, welcome back to Triad Travelogues. I'm Richard and I'm coming at you today from the rooftop of a supermarket in Shanghai, China, to bring you a little segment that I like to call Rants by Richard. Today I want to talk about what it's like to be a foreigner in China. And trust me, you never ever forget that you're a foreigner because people constantly remind you of this. Now, I don't speak good Chinese, but there is one word that I know and I can say it. And I recognize it when other people say it because I hear it every day, all day long. And it is waiguoren, 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 waiguoren. You know what waiguoren means? It means foreigner. Normally it's like this. There'll be two people and they're walking and they see me and they'll go, waiguoren, waiguoren, and they start pointing and like they're poke their friends, waiguoren, like it's like the biggest deal, the biggest thing that's ever happened in their entire lives. It's a foreigner. That guy doesn't look like me. Oh! But the kids do it more frequently than the adults do. Mama, waiguoren! Mama, waiguoren! And you know, the proper response, if you're a good mother, is to look down at your kid and say, shh, that's not really a very polite thing to do. But you know what the parents do? They do this. They look down at their kid, they look up at me and they go, oh, waiguoren, waiguoren! It's insanity! Now, another thing that I constantly deal with in China is the stare. The staring is just like this. In America, if you look up at somebody and you catch them staring at you, they immediately recognize that they've made a social mistake and they look away. Or they'll smile and then look away. You know that they were staring at you. They know that you know that they were staring at you, but there's a mutual understanding. These kind of awkward situations happen. So you just you acknowledge it and then move on. But here, if I look up at somebody and they're staring at me, 9 times out of 10, they don't look away. They just keep staring. Things, the staring, the pointing, the jumping up and down and screaming, those things are nothing compared to the unsolicited picture taking. People really like to take pictures of me. And it's not because I'm a beautiful guy. I mean, look at me. It's because I look different from them. And they want to take pictures of me and post them to WeChat. They want to show their friends that they saw a waiguoren. And they don't care if I want to have my picture taken or not. Now, some of them will just follow me around and take pictures. Bleep, 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 bleep. And it really bothers me. I don't like it. Nobody wants to have unsolicited photographs taken of them. Click, 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 click. I want to tell you a story about an unsolicited picture that was taken of me in a bathroom stall. One day I needed to use the bathroom. It was on the 2nd floor of this very building. I went into the bathroom, I went into one of the stalls and I shut the stall behind me. Now, I wasn't pooping, okay? I was just peeing. And I was about to zip my pants down and I hear click. I look up and I knew immediately when I heard it, I knew what was happening. Immediately I knew. And there was a phone right up here, up over the partition in the stall. Click. So I got really angry, and people that know me well, they know, yeah, I have a little bit of an anger problem. You know, it's gotten better over the years, but you know, that's my privacy. I don't have very much privacy in this country. I don't have very much privacy in this city. And so I value the privacy that I have, even if it's privacy in the stall of the men's bathroom. I'm by myself. I don't have to put up any fronts, you know? And there's a guy trying to take a picture of me. I just think he wanted to know if that foreigner's penis is really that much bigger than his. And guess what? It is. I threw open my bathroom stall, I stormed out and just started banging on the door of his stall, screaming all sorts of obscenities and hostilities. I was really, really, really angry. I wanted him to come out, and I wanted to face him. I wanted a confrontation with the guy that had the nerve to try and take a picture of my penis without my consent. Now, of course, he didn't come out. He didn't say anything at all. And I still have a little bit of, common courtesy instilled in me. So I didn't try and kick down the stall door. I went ahead and I let it go. I calmed down, I washed my hands, and I left the bathroom. But I waited. I waited in the hallway for this guy to come out, and it took him like 15 minutes until he finally mustered the courage to come out of that stall. And he knew I was gonna be waiting for him in the hallway. He knew. And guess what? The guy that tried to take a picture of my penis covertly is the guy who owns a smoothie shop on the second floor of this building. He's a guy that I see all the time, and he sees me all the time. And when he passed by me in the hallway, I just was screaming at him and screaming at him and screaming at him. And he's like pretending he doesn't speak English. He probably doesn't speak English. And he just walked away. And so now every time I see this guy, it's always gonna be sort of awkward. And you know what? I've let it go. I thought about like punching him in the face. I thought about kicking him in the balls, but I didn't do it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not a violent person. I'm just gonna let it go. And I'm gonna chalk it up to, cultural difference. Right? The cultures are just totally different, and I just don't understand that kind of behavior is totally appropriate here. It's just not appropriate where I'm from, right? So when I go back to the United States of America, every time I see a Chinese person, I'm gonna point, and I'm gonna start screaming and jumping. I'm gonna do this. Chinese person! Chinese person! It's a Chinese person! And that'll be acceptable, right? I'm gonna follow them around with my camera and take pictures. I'm gonna hide in the bathroom stall and try and get pictures of their penises. I'm gonna stand and stare for hours at a time. And that'll be perfectly acceptable, right? No! It won't be acceptable. It's not acceptable there, and it's not acceptable here, and you know it. It's not acceptable to point and jump and scream when you see somebody that looks different than you. It's not acceptable to stare at somebody just because you don't understand how they could exist in the same world that you exist in. And it's not okay to take pictures of people's penises without their permission. Listen, if you enjoyed this video, you should give it a big thumbs up. Maybe leave a nice comment down below and subscribe to the channel so you can watch me scream on the rooftop every day. I'm Richard. Thank you for watching Triad Travelogues. See you next time. Boom.